Say your name, what you did on the film, how you helped shape it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, my name is Jamie Gaines. I'm the unit production manager for Adaline. My role in the film as a production manager, well, when I was first interviewed with Badisha and Leo, the executive producer and director, the biggest thing was what can I bring to them? How can I help get locations, secure locations, make sure that we got food on time, that we hire production assistants, you know, that we could film in the timetables we needed to. And they also asked me, of course, how would I deal with issues if issues ever arose on the set. And the biggest thing was trying to put out those fires beforehand. You know, when you have a shoot that you're working a horror film, typically you're going to be shooting through the night on most scenes, so you've got that element to deal with. So it was really, honestly, just about making sure that all the T's were crossed, I's were dotted. But it starts from having a team, or it starts from having the people that are in charge of what you're doing at that level. Being able to have your back and make sure that they're supporting what your vision is for being able to secure locations, and that you're working with them. When you're working on anything that's low budget or the budget's decreased at all, money's always going to be an issue in trying to secure locations. So being able to work with the great locations we had and the people we got locations from was awesome. So, if you looked at the film, some of the locations, beautiful locations, were a little tough to get because they're great locations. So you're not going to have, it's easy to go and grab a barn that's all beat up because that guy's like, yeah, go ahead and grab it anytime you want to. But to secure such a beautiful location as some of the spots that we had throughout, Sonoma County, it was just awesome. It was awesome to do. The people I worked for were great, and I can't say enough about our crew. To be able to have so many people come together and work harder than they would normally have to for the money that they were paid. And I don't want to make it about money, but obviously that's my job on the thing, is to make sure that we're continuing to stay within the budget that the line producer and the executive producers have set up. So, it's just been a great process, and then to be able to see it today was awesome because you get to see all that hard work. You understand where you were standing when that scene was going on behind the scenes. You understood what it took to get that location and the beauty of that location and trying to preserve that location. And I think we did a great job. I think the movie came out awesome. I think the score was great. Big ups to my boy Paul Norton on the cinematography. It was great. I love the score. I don't know who did that, but I'll shake that guy's hand and give him a hug. I thought it all came together great. And thank Brendan Theaters for letting us come in here. Brendan Theaters in Concord for letting us come in here and actually show it to the public. It was just great. It's nothing but great when it all comes together. Beforehand it's tooth and nail, but when it all comes together and it looks like this, then you can do nothing but say, hey, it was a good thing doing it. So
yeah. What do you think about working with Badisha as a director?
Okay. Badisha as a director is great. Great is the word for the day, right? It was awesome working with her because she knows what she wants. Part of my role as a production manager is to make sure that everything is well balanced out, like that she gets what she wants as a director. It's a little tough sometimes because she's also the producer. So, normally there's that push-pull from a producer and a director, but if you're doing both, it's like you know what you want and you want to get it. So it was my job a lot of times too to kind of pull that back into the fray and make sure that the director always got what she needed. She has so much passion wrapped up into this that she knows what shots she needs. She does all the planning. She made sure that all the wardrobe was to spec in what she needed. And so it was great working with someone because a lot of times you do work with a person who has a general idea of what they need to get and how they need to get it. But because she has so much wrapped up in this passion-wise, which is an awesome thing, it made it all come together. You know what I mean? And a lot of it, I'm sure she had it written down somewhere, but it was in her head. She knew, okay, that dress, she's not supposed to be wearing that, or she's supposed to have 3 or 4 of those wardrobe changes. I washed those, or I took those to dry cleaners last night, so I already know that they're here. But it's just nice working with someone who has such passion Her direction was awesome, and she elicited great support by getting a great crew together. And so, like I said, I think Badisha is an awesome director. I think she'll go really far with her talent. I don't know what she's going to plan on doing next, but I'll definitely be a part of it.
Awesome. Thanks for your kind words, man.